my fascination with Daytona, I mean, I'm a racer at heart, and when you're young, I mean, that's all you get to see. The biggest race on television every year, it's Daytona 200. I like Isle of Man TT, and you know, I like a lot of things like that. It's kind of how I grew up, but Daytona 200 is the biggest thing. It's what everyone talks about. It's hey, have you raced Daytona 200? You know what? I haven't. It's one of those boxes that you have to check off. If you're a motorcycle person like I am, I mean, all I do is breathe, sleep, eat motorcycles. I've been doing it since day zero. I should have already done this, and finally I feel like I've brought my riding level up as far as I can get my riding level, and now all of a sudden, after meeting Jay's brought me to a new level of riding, and now I feel I'm not only capable of showing up to race Daytona, I feel like I can show up and I'm gonna fight for the win. I plan on going for it. I have the physical capabilities now where I can feel like I can fight.
I sought Dustin out. I didn't know it was Dustin, but I was looking for somebody who was willing to risk their life to either make a living or have fun. And do it well. Okay? Because that was somebody that I knew within this system I could take to another level. And again, I didn't know it was Dustin, but I met Dustin kind of through another individual. And at a drag race, we actually started to talk and have a conversation, and I was motivated to do something with you. And I kept telling you, well, with the use of a POV and training neurologically, this can happen. And when you use the EVO system with this neurological device called a POV, then you can do this and that. And you were going, yeah, okay. And then one day we actually got it on. You know what's real interesting is, 35 years I've been doing this, and I've constantly been trying to find someone to take to a really elite level that is the best in the world. Well, you know, it was football, baseball, basketball, hockey, track and field, and all the interesting things. But what I found is people who do things where their life is in danger, where if Dustin turns the throttle just a little too much or lets off the throttle a little too much, he crashes. At 200 miles an hour, going through the banking in Daytona, or at Chuckwalla, it's a life thing. And the EVO system really lends itself to that. And that's where, personally, I get challenged and the system gets challenged to come up with protocols to help these people with these very, very fine motor skills perfect them. So the EVO system is about preparing you to overcome any stimulus that's ever thrown at you. Whether you're Dustin on a motorcycle or you're Jonathan Taves scoring a goal. It really doesn't matter, and whatever happens in between. Well, the real basics of the evolutionary EVO training system is to maintain position, absorb force create force quickly, and create force quickly many times over. That's really the basis of the system. When we go to utilize it with different individuals, we actually have to find out where they can understand information from, where they receive the information, how efficiently it's received, and does their brain and their muscles speak the same language to send a response back that tells them what to do.
Yeah, when you told me I could be faster with less effort, I had a hard time believing. I mean, like, here here I have a big head. I can say, yeah, I'm fast. I can definitely drive a motorcycle or ride a motorcycle, and you're going to tell me I can do it quicker, easier, faster, with less effort. With just hooking up this machine. This EVO Ultra Fit machine, I hooked it up, and I've been faster, easier, with less effort ever since.
It's not because of the machine, and it's not because of the EVO ISO Rider. It's because of the way you use the machine. Because you see, you have to understand that you have to communicate the information from a very specific area to the brain if you want a very specific response. That's why in sports today we see, we see a great performance here, and then we see something here, and then here, and then here, and here, and here, and it's all up and down. It's totally unpredictable. Well, with our athletes, we want everything predictable. Whether it's an icing penalty or a foul ball or a 5-yard offside or you drop the ball or your life is on the line, it's all the same to us. Because being healthy neurologically is life. And it sustains life, providing for a high quality of life. So when Dustin goes to Daytona and he's doing 200 miles, one mistake and it's over. We can provide the information to allow his brain to understand that he can do this repetitively in exactly the same manner every single turn, every lap for those 200 miles. Isn't that what we all want out of life? To do whatever it is we want to do every time we want, anytime we want, for as long as we want.
See it right there. Just got to get it.
You got to get you some. Wow, you see, you hear Dustin. That's the Evo system. That's how we apply neurological information to someone like Dustin, so he can do something with it. Not everybody has that attitude. Not everybody's willing to sacrifice to this. That's where the Evo system and the POV truly shines. If you want to be the greatest at something, you want to do it at the highest level possible, this is the place to come. Something real important you said, Dustin. You've been doing this since day 0, and you're pretty darn good. Like, oh, that's right, you're the only guy that's drug his head, his elbow, and his knee at the same time. Now, if you haven't seen that, you want to get on YouTube and you want to take a look at it.
Yeah.
Because it's the coolest thing. And I hear people who are professional racers go, that's nuts.
You know what?
How can he control the bike to do that?
I did it to prove a point to myself of yes, I can lean this far. I mean, I like hearing things drag on the track. I love dragging my knee. I like dragging my elbow. And it was always a thing, like, if you can lean this far, you can keep leaning, and all you got to do is be able to control this, and at the same point control this. You really have to have your mindset, because you're looking upside down to do it, and next thing you know, it just happens, and you can control it. And it's another box to check off.
I was at a race with Dustin, and it was a mile time trial. And there were 52-mile-an-hour crosswinds at different points on this track.
Sustained, the lowest was 30-mile-an-hour
yes,
crosswind.
and at different points they were in the 50s.
Up to 70-mile-an-hour
Up to 70.
crosswind.
Well, Dustin went 216 miles an hour. Now, he was leaning like this, doing 216 miles an hour, and at different points, the wind would let up, the bike would come up and would want to start to move them. Other people were going across the track. Dustin, he just stayed in a straight line. That's how he got to 216 miles an hour. That's the fine motor skills that we're looking at, that take a very highly developed nervous system, plastic, dynamic, virile, to be able to do that. That's what it takes to go from right turn to left turn to 160 miles an hour to 30 miles an hour, all with fine controls of your hand. So the real secret is the human and what's inside us. We were born miracles, and we were born to be miracles for our whole life and display miraculous things. You don't need special tools. What you need is information that's understood by your brain, be able to respond to it and recover from it. Now you've got it all. Not everybody has the discipline or the dedication to sit there and do that. But if you do, you reap the rewards, because we have found a way to communicate directly to the brain via the nervous system. There's nothing else you need.